So today is day 25. I am just finished with doing the laundry at a laundrette because there's no water at home. Good thing there's a laundrette. It's not close by, but I guess it's pretty, pretty what? Pretty convenient that it's somewhere close to middle of nowhere. It's near, how should I say this? It's in an urban area, but it's also not an urban area because I don't know how to explain the living situation from where I am, but it's like I want to say it's a village, but if I say it's a village, most people will imagine will have a certain thing that they think of, a certain way that they perceive a village. But technically, it is a village, but it's still a like modern living urban area at the end of the day. Anyway, it is honestly smack dab right near a highway, so pretty funny. Anyway, today I want to talk about scalpers. If you don't know what scalpers are, they are people who buy and hoard things and resell them at a higher value. Now, I'm gonna focus more towards the hobby community. Obviously, scalpers exist almost anywhere. If you've heard of people like hoarding toilet paper, or maybe if you're in Malaysia, people like hoarding certain kinds of things that you need to live and then reselling them at much higher prices, those are technically scalpers. So, in the hobby community, like for me, for example, and no, the example that I can give are like people who collect trading cards or Pokemon cards, specifically people who collect diecast cars like Hot Wheels, people who collect sneakers. Those are mainly where scalpers exist because they would go to retail stores, buy the things, the toys, whatever you want to call them, the hobbies, collections at cheaper prices, and then resell them at much higher prices. So, for example, in the hobby community, the latest or the most recent thing that people were crazy about or hyped up about was the reemergence of Ferrari in the form of Hot Wheels. Because in the past few years or decades, I'm not sure when Ferrari stopped collaborating with Hot Wheels, but because of that drought, when they reemerge, when they announced that they are now collaborating with Hot Wheels again, people in the diecast community, I'm not sure if they went crazy, but things were obviously hyped up. And when things get hyped up, that's where scalpers will certainly come because they don't see the diecast cars as collections, they see them as dollar signs because that's the main thing that they do. They resell, obviously, right? I keep repeating stuff sometimes that it just drags the video on. Anyway, so for me personally, it's bad for the community because these scalpers will buy everything off the pegs off the shelves and leave nothing for anyone else. So they are the ones that will control the market, and they will usually sell these Hot Wheels at higher prices. And that is not fair, to be honest. And obviously it's not fair, right? So in the past, what I've noticed is that in the past, these scalpers would target like hyped up models. Like in the sneaker world, they would target like exclusive collaborations, exclusive colorways, or the colorways that most people will want, most that are really, really popular. And they buy them in hordes. Some of them would actually get backdoor access. And that's the one that is really unfair, to be honest. Because having backdoor access, these shoes or the diecast cars don't even get a chance to be on the pegs, and they don't even get a chance to be sold at retail, and people already have them in their hands. So that means that no one apart from the scalpers actually get their hands on the product. That's one thing. There's another thing where scalpers will fight among themselves to get the products. I've seen videos of adults fighting among themselves to get first dibs of Pokemon cards. Why? Why though? I mean, I know people want to make money, people want to have like a stable life, but you're doing a negative so that you experience a positive, which, let's just be fair, it you're just taking advantage of people's hobbies at the end of the day. And certain people that I've noticed have have misunderstood the collecting community right now. It's like scalping has been so normalized that people don't even bother to complain. People don't even realize that they're getting the short end of the stick. Like in Facebook communities, scalpers freely comment showing people where they get their stuff, like showing off. And people don't even bat an eye. They would just joke about it, laugh about it. Then yeah, they would also say that it's not my fault that I'm selling this at a higher price. I'm not the one at fault here. It's your fault for being late. You are the reason why you didn't get this item at a lower price because you were late. Now buy this from me at a much higher price. I mean, come on, man. I understand if you want to make like one, two, maybe five ringgit tops of profit, but you're selling it at four, five, sometimes even 10 times the price. And that's not fair to the collectors that really, really like the products. That isn't fair at all. Now you might think that I'm complaining because I can't get the items anymore. I can't get my Hot Wheels fix anymore. But I'm complaining because it's not fair. And I don't even buy Hot Wheels anymore. I don't even collect anymore because of this. It's made me fed up with the hobby. Because when I started collecting, I noticed that I can get a chance to buy Hot Wheels, the ones that I like, at retail. And sure, I would splash some money, some cash for some scalpers, to some scalpers, once or twice. But now get to, I don't even get a chance to see my favorite cars on the pegs anymore. Is that fair? And then think about it. It's a child's plaything. It's a child's toy. Why? It's like it's supposed to be sold for 10 ringgit, 11 ringgit top for children to play with. And you're buying them all up and selling it back for what, 50 ringgit? 25 ringgit? Why? Just why? Then you say that, oh, this Hot Wheels are actually not for kids, they're actually for adults. They're not actually meant to be played with. No, they are for kids. They are for kids to play with them. And even when in the community there are like events like you race Hot Wheels, scalpers will pounce on the opportunity to like buy all of the proven diecasts and resell them back to like kids who want to participate in those like competitions or races. Resell them at a higher profit margin because everyone wants them. They know everyone wants to win, so they resell those at a higher price. What? How is that fair? How is that fair to the kids and to the parents? And they'll justify it, saying, I want to make a living. I This is the only way I make a living. Yes, I get that, but why are you trying to make a living by profiting off of others at such high prices? The Proton Saga, for example, when it first came out, people, everyone wanted it, of course, especially in Malaysia, but scalpers, some of them had backdoor access even before the car itself hit the pegs, hit the shelves of retail stores. People were already selling them at 120 ringgit, 200 ringgit, just because they had backdoor access. It's not fair, you know. It's not fair to other collectors. It's not fair for kids. Right now, the thing that I guess pisses me off is even the cars that like people don't like. For example, like fantasy cars. There are people who are reselling them for 5 ringgit profit. And I think And I'm just guessing here, these people are the ones who want to get into the hype, who think that any Hot Wheels car would sell. So they just buy what's left over on the shelves, on the pegs, and resell them, wishing to get a profit. And that's how scalpers are affecting the whole diecast collecting community. Because first, the people who know their stuff, who actually don't even care about collecting, but know their stuff, start buying up hyped up cars and then showing off that they can get this amount of money. Then people who don't know anything about the cars, who don't know anything about the community, want to get in, want to get in on the profit. They don't know their stuff. They just buy random Hot Wheels cars, Hot Wheel fantasy cars, and resell them. Resell them for their profit. Then the funny thing is, I don't even think they understand why sometimes those cars don't get sold. They just want in on the profit. Just like how Pokemon cards became investment items. Just because Logan Paul actually bought. Okay, so the story of the reemergence of the Pokemon trading card craze was because during the COVID era, Logan Paul hyped it up, saying that so he bought a lot of Pokemon cards, a lot of Pokemon packs, unboxed them, did some card breaking, and then they hyped it up when they got a rare Charizard, saying that this will sell for maybe millions, hundreds of thousands. And people thought they would be able to do the same. So people got into the quote unquote hobby because they thought they could get the same profit. And it's the same for almost all hobbies right now. People are scalping because they thought that they could actually make money. So they're buying and selling anything. And it's ruining the market, it's ruining the hobby for a lot of people who are genuinely passionate about it. It's ruined it for me, to be honest. And I guess that's why I hate scalpers.